My business is Alta Asset Management. We are a real estate development company here in northern New Jersey, focusing on single family development, townhomes, multifamilies, everything across that board. Before working with you, it was pretty challenging. I was working with in-house assistants, trying to figure out bookkeeping via Excel, pivot tables, macros, et cetera, everything you can think of to try to ease up our bookkeeping. But as we've grown as an organization and we've taken on all these new projects, that was almost impossible. That's when you and I connected, and it's been great since then. Our bookkeeping, our processing has been a lot more seamless. I feel like I don't have to do it at all. I'm able to see my financials live as I need to when dealing with vendors and other individuals for payment processing and whatnot. It's very easy to see what we owe them, how much we paid, what the total was supposed to be, how we're tracking against their budget, et cetera. So that's been great as a level of service. I think it's very useful having line by line item tracking. Before working with you, we grouped our lines in more on the macro bump sort of a categorization type of level, where we didn't really go into the granular details because it was just too much of an effort to manage that. But now, because a lot of our products and services and different types of groupings are able to be so defined, my books are a lot more in detail right now. I'm able to see those granular line items, and we're able to group them and be much more specific in that. And integrating, like I said, back to my team here, the people working with me are able to categorize those line items very easily because we have them preset. A lot of the times it's automated. We're just reviewing, whether it's through some of our vendors or whatnot. I think the achievement's been great. The main and the biggest return on investment is me being able to free up my own time. And rather than focusing on keeping track of my books, I'm focused on revenue generation and growing the business further. We were able to scale and pick up new deals because of the fact that I'm able to dedicate my time to those rather than focusing on the things that actually I'm not really good at, was bookkeeping and making sure everything was in line. So that was the biggest return on investment. And monetarily, I think it's been an exponential return on investment because of the fact that we're able to focus on things that we're good at. And what's made our business, what's the backbone of my business, and that's, real estate development. Why did I start working with you? Well, I really like your background. I liked your background from PwC and CFGI. I'm familiar with both organizations. It's a very credible background. And then you and I connected. We've spoken a couple of times. It just made sense to bring somebody on board with your background and your knowledge, knowing that I know where my business is going to go. And it's, my goal is to build a larger real estate private equity business. And it's aligned with what a firm like CFGI interfaces at a much larger scale. So because of that alignment of my vision for my business and your background, I thought we would be a good match from that regard. Everything's been pretty great. I think that anybody that has a chance to work with you, I think they're going to see a great return on the relationship that they'll have. I think that it's going to help them drive their business forward. A lot of times, at least when I was first looking to bring somebody on board to ease up my processes, my thought was at first, should we continue to do it in-house? Should we not? Is it going to be really expensive? Is it not? But really, I always tell people it's a lot easier to just make more money and get more deals than trying to nickel and dime and save some money on things that you're not really good at. So I think that any real estate investor should focus on what they're really good at and bring on partners like yourself who are going to excel at various parts to surround themselves around to make and help their business grow even further.